Nancy Fetzer's Sentence Building, Lesson number 12, Learning about Action Verbs. These are the things that you will need. The Box the Verbs worksheets, number 1 and 2, and a blue crayon.
We are ready to begin. Today is our 4th grammar lesson. In this lesson, we will learn about powerful verbs and how to find them in our sentences. Here is our verb card. The verb card tells what about in our sentences.
Powerful verbs. Powerful verbs. Powerful verbs drive the action in a sentence.
That's right, Muscle Man. Powerful verbs are action words. Some verbs can be action words, and some verbs do not have actions. The most powerful types of verbs are action words. They drive the action in a sentence. Powerful verbs tell what the noun is doing. Today, we will learn all about powerful verbs, the action words. Guess what? We already wrote sentences with powerful verbs in them. Let's go back to our sentences that we have written. Get into writing position, grab your blue crayon, and place the Box the Verbs worksheet number 1 in front of you. Let's get to work. This page shows the first 2 sentences we wrote together with their idea pictures. The dog ran, the plane flew. We will use these sentences to learn how to find and box powerful verbs. Powerful verbs have a special job. They tell what about the noun, or what the noun is doing in a sentence. Follow my steps to find verbs. Go to the first sentence, the dog ran. Step 1, find the noun. Remember, the noun tells who or what is in the sentence, a living thing, place, or thing. In a previous lesson, we checked the noun in this sentence. The noun is dog. Dog tells who or what is in the sentence. Now that we know the noun is dog, we then can easily find the verb, because the verb tells the action of the dog. Step 2, find the verb, the action word, by asking the verb question. What about? What about the dog? What was the dog doing? Ran. The dog ran. Ran tells the action of the dog. Use your blue crayon and draw a box around ran in the sentence. A box is what we will use to show all the verbs in our sentences. Let's watch our cartoon of the dog to check that ran is our action. Yay! Ran is the action in our sentence. We boxed the powerful verb in our sentence. Excellent job. Let's name and box the verb in our second sentence. The plane flew. Step 1, name the noun. Who or what is the sentence about? The plane. That has a check mark because it's a noun. Step 2, find the verb, the action word. Ask, what about the plane? What did the plane do? Flew. The plane flew. Flew is the action word. Box it. Let's watch our cartoon to check that flew is the action. Excellent work. Flew is the action of the plane. Flew is the powerful verb in our sentence. Good job. That was easy.
Powerful verbs. Powerful verbs. Powerful verbs drive the action in a sentence.
Thanks for reminding us, Muscle Man. When we write, we want to have as many action words as possible because that makes our sentences better. Look at our chart. It says verbs drive the action. There are 3 types of powerful verbs. Physical actions are when you can see someone or something moving. This picture of a boy running reminds us that a physical action is someone or something moving. Verbal actions are actions when we say things. This picture of a boy shows him saying something. Verbal actions are sounds or words that we say. Thinking actions are something we think or feel. This picture of a boy is a thinking action we cannot see. He's scratching his head, but we can't see what he is thinking or feeling in his brain. Let's become verb experts. Ready? Chase the monkey is here to show us these different types of powerful verbs that drive the action. Step 1. Start with a noun. Who or what is our sentence about? Chase. Chase is the name of the monkey. Chase is a special type of noun. It is the name of our monkey. Step 2. What about Chase? What is Chase doing? Here is a picture of Chase climbing a tree. Climbing is our action. What type of action is climbing? Is climbing a physical action, verbal action, or thinking action? Climbing is a physical action. We can see Chase climbing. We will put Chase climbing the tree under physical actions. Climbing is a verb. Look at the picture of Chase yelling. Step 1. Find the noun. Who or what is the picture about? Chase. Step 2. Identify the verb. Ask, what about Chase? What is Chase doing? Yelling. Is yelling a physical action or verbal action or thinking action? A verbal action. Yelling is when we say something loudly. Yelling is a verb. We will put the yelling card under verbal actions. This is fun. Let's go faster. Here is a picture of Chase wishing for a banana. Is wishing a physical action, verbal action, or thinking action? Wishing is an action in our brain. We cannot see it. That means wishing is a thinking action. Wishing is a verb. We will put Chase wishing for a banana under thinking actions. Here's a picture of Chase whispering. What kind of action is whispering? That's right. Whispering is a verbal action. Whispering is a verb. Here's a picture of Chase jumping. What kind of action is jumping? Excellent. Jumping is a physical action. Put Chase jumping under physical actions. Here's a picture of Chase dreaming. What is Chase doing in this picture? Dreaming. What kind of action is dreaming? That's right. Dreaming is a thinking action. We cannot see it. It's what's happening in Chase's brain. Dreaming is a verb. Here is our next picture. What is Chase doing? Waving. What kind of action is waving? Waving is a physical action. Waving is a verb. Here is our next picture. What is Chase doing? Singing. What kind of action is singing? Singing is a verbal action. Great job. Finally, here is a picture of Chase scratching his head because he's deep in thought. What is Chase doing? Thinking. That picture goes in the thinking column. Great job. That was fun. Oh my goodness, we're becoming verb experts. That means we are ready to find verbs in longer sentences. Get into writing position. Grab your blue crayon and place the Box the Verbs worksheet number 2 in front of you. Let's get to work. Look, this page shows longer sentences we wrote together with their idea pictures. The hungry horse ate a juicy apple in the pasture. The angry goose wildly chased after the naughty boy around the field because he plucked its feather. We will use these sentences to learn how to find and box the action verbs in longer sentences. Let's start with the hungry horse sentence. First, we find the nouns and check them. We checked the nouns in this sentence in a previous lesson. Horse, apple, pasture. Next, we will ask each noun the verb question. Be careful, not all nouns will have verbs giving them actions. Ready? Go to the first noun, horse. Ask the verb questions. What about the horse? What did the horse do? Read on to see if you can find an action word. Ate. Ate tells the action of the horse. It's a physical action. We can see that the horse ate the apple. Ate is a verb. Box it. Draw a blue box around ate to show it's a verb. Go to the next noun, apple. Ask the verb question. What about the apple? What did the apple do? A juicy apple in the pasture. Hey, there are no action words that tell what the apple did. That means there's no verb. Move on. Go to the last noun that's checked, pasture. There are no words after pasture, so there are no verbs. There is one verb in our sentence. That verb is ate. Yay! Excellent job. This is fun. Let's find the verbs in our next long sentence. The angry goose wildly chased after the naughty boy around the field because he plucked its big feather. Follow the 2 steps to find the verbs. First, check the nouns, then ask the verb questions. We already checked the nouns in our sentence: goose, boy, field, he, its feather. We are ready to ask each noun the verb questions to find verbs in the sentence. Goose. What about the goose? What did the goose do? Wildly chased. Wildly describes how the goose chased the boy, but it is not an action. Chased is an action word. Chased is a physical action. We can see it. Box it. Boy. What about the boy? What did the boy do? Around the field. There are no action words, no verbs for boy. Move on. Field. What about field? What did the field do? Because he. Stop. No action words. Move on. He. What about he? He plucked. Plucked is an action word. Plucked is a physical action. Box it. Plucked is a verb. Its big feather. Stop. No action words. Let's go back and read the box verbs in our sentence. Chased, plucked. Excellent job! You found all the powerful verbs in this long sentence. Wow, that was fun. In this lesson, you learned about powerful verbs. Powerful verbs drive the action in a sentence. Great job! After you finish your homework practice page, you then will be ready for lesson number 13, where you will learn about the other types of verbs that have no actions.